Hello students, today we are looking at probability. Probability can be defined as the likelihood of a desired event happening. The formula can be referred to probability. The formula for probability is number of required outcomes over total number of possible outcomes. Now let's do this by looking at this example. Let's solve this example. A school contains 357 boys and 323 girls. If a student is chosen at random, what is the probability that a girl is chosen? What is the probability that a girl is chosen? Now, first of all, we need to get the total number of outcomes. So the total number of possible outcomes will be you add the number of the boys and the number of the girls. So that means the number of the boys are 357 plus the total number of the girls are 323. When you add it together, 680. So the question says that we should look for the probability that a girl is chosen. So if you have to pick somebody in the school, now what is the probability that a girl is the one that is taken? So now, we said the formula is the number of required outcomes over total number of possible outcomes. Now, the number of the required outcomes here are the total number of the girls over the total number of possible addition of the girls and the boys. So that means the probability of picking a girl will now be 323, which is the number of the girls, over the total number of students, that is 680. So when you do this to the lowest term, you are going to get 19 over 40. So the probability of picking a girl in the school is what? 19 over 40. Now let's look at another example. Now you are having this. A bag contains 2 black balls, 3 green balls, and 4 red balls. A ball is picked from the bag at random. What is the probability that it is A, black, B, green, C, red, and D, yellow? So the first thing you have to do, you need to know the total number of balls in the bag. So you are going to add the total number of balls. We have the 2 black balls, we have 3 green balls, and we have 4 red balls. When you add it together, you get 9. So the probability of picking a black ball. So how many black balls are in the bag? We have 2 over the total number of balls, which is what? 9. The probability of picking a green ball. How many green balls do we have in the bag? We have 3 over the total number of balls, which is 9. When you do this to the lowest term, you have 1 over 3. The probability of picking a red ball. How many red balls are in the bag? We have 4 over the total number of balls in the bag, which is 9. So that means the probability of picking a red ball is what? 4 over 9. Then the probability of picking a yellow ball. Now in the bag, we don't have any yellow ball. So the probability of picking a yellow ball will be 0, since we don't have any yellow ball in the bag. Let's consider another example. A coin is tossed once. What is the probability of obtaining a head? A coin is tossed once. What is the probability of obtaining a head? A coin. A coin have the front and the back. A coin is a metal like this that has the head and the front and the back. So let's say the front is taken to be the head and the back of the coin is taken to be the tail. So if the front of the coin is taken to be the head and the back of the coin is taken to be the tail, So it has the front and the back. So the front is taken to be the head, and the back of the coin is taken to be the tail. So what is the probability that you of obtaining the head? So normally we having how many head do we have? One head. So that means 1 over the total number of outcome here be what? 1, 2, 2. So the probability of taking the head will be what? 1 over 2. Now let's look at this example. Suppose a fair coin is tossed twice. What is the probability of getting only a tail? Suppose a fair coin is tossed twice. What is the probability of getting only a tail? Suppose a fair coin is tossed twice. What is the probability of getting only a tail? You realize that we said that a coin has the front and the back. So if the front is taken to be the head and the back is taken to be the tail. Now if you are to throw the coin 2 times, the result of throwing a coin 2 times is still the same thing as throwing two coins 1 time. So if this is the result of the first coin, head and tail, and this is the result of the second coin, head and tail, so it's either you have head and head, head and tail, tail and head, tail and tail. So that means it's either you have head, head, tail, head, tail. So the question now says, what is the probability of getting only a tail? So in this, and the outcome you are expecting is that you want to get only 1 tail in the result. So you realize that here you having head and tail, only 1 tail here. Here also we having tail and head, only 1 tail here. So how many outcome do we have here? That is 1, 2. So the probability of getting a tail will be what? 2 over the total number of outcome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. When you do this to the lowest term, you are going to have 1 over 2. Now number 5. Suppose a fair coin is tossed twice. Find the probability of getting at least 1 head. Suppose a fair coin is tossed twice. Find the probability of getting at least 1 head. So this is the result we are still going to use. At least 1 head. It means it can be 1 head or 2 head. At least. That means we can have more than 1 head. At least one can be 1 head or 2 head. So here you are having 2 head. This is 1 head. This is 1 head. So the result of this will be what? 1, 2, 3. That will give us what? The probability of having at least 1 head will be what? 3 over the total number of outcome, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 over 4. That will be 3 over 4. Example 6. 3 coins are tossed once. Determine the sample space and the probability of getting at least 1 head. The result of throwing a coin 3 times is same thing as throwing 3 coins once. If you throw a coin 3 times, it's same thing as throwing 3 coins once. So 3 coins are tossed once. Determine the sample space and the probability of getting at least 1 head. So now assume this is the result of throwing a coin 2 times. So we've got that to be head, tail, head, tail. And if this is the 3rd coin, so this is the result of 2 coins, this is the 3rd coin. So if you combine it together, you can have head, tail, head, tail, then tail, head, tail, tail, head, then tail, tail, tail. These are the results. So the question now say determine the sample space. This is the sample space. So these are the results you can really get. Then determine the sample space and the probability of getting at least one head. So that means at least one head can be one head, it can be two head, and it can be three head. So now, so how many, where can we get at least one? This is three head, is part of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on here you can see at least one head here. So those are the outcomes. So that means probability of getting at least one head. Okay, they said at least one head. Okay, at least one head. This should be H. At least one head. So that means they having 7 over the total number of outcome here will give us 8. So for the work practice, you are going to do this. A bag contains 4 white, 5 black, and 6 red balls. A ball is picked randomly from the bag. Find the probability of picking A white ball, B a black ball, C a red ball. Number 2. What is the probability of a pregnant woman having a girl child? What is the probability of a pregnant woman having a girl child? Number 3. A coin was tossed 40 times and the record of the trials is shown below. So this is their frequency. So the tail appears 19 times and the head appears 21 times. Use the table to answer the following question. A. How many times was the coin tossed? How many times was the coin tossed? B. How many times did a tail showed up? C. How many times did a head showed up? D. What is the empirical probability that a tail showed up? Please ensure you like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Thank you.